Hey girl, hey, welcome back to Finally 50, where I'm on a journey to becoming 50 this year and bringing y'all on the journey with me so I can be the best version of myself that I can be and y'all can come with me. Welcome to day 10. How I decided to decenter men in 2025. 2025 is the year that I decided
men are removed from the equation.
not that I don't see them, not that I don't sleep with them, not that I don't let them take me on dates, not that I don't receive money from them, but that they get decentered. I decided they were no longer the focus in any way after I had a week-long situationship that gave me so much anxiety that I had to take 3 of my anti-anxiety pills, of which I only get 10 for the year. The brother was giving me anxiety. And it's not because he was a bad person. It was that my nervous system knew I couldn't handle the kind of dynamic we have. You know, you have different dynamics with different people. And you decide what dynamics you can handle. But sometimes you like someone so much you couldn't go ahead and move forward with a dynamic that you know you can't handle because you like them so much. That's what happened with him. And the anxiety was so intense. It was beyond. It took my nervous system like 2 weeks to calm down after that. And I realized, girl, you got to change. You can't live like this. This was after self-identifying as someone with an anxious attachment style and living like that, I would say, for the past four and a half years that I've dated since I got divorced in 2020. Let me pause this for a brief commercial break because I talked about this castor oil as an anti-aging thing in my last one or two of my last episodes. This is the castor oil I'd use, Queen of Thrones, which I heard from many doctors on YouTube that this is the best kind. So I put a generous amount of this on it. Okay, not that generous. I didn't mean to pour it that fast. But you know, this is really, really thick. And I'm actually gonna, oh Lord Jesus, spilling stuff. I'm actually gonna mix it with a little bit more oil just to thin it up a little bit. And then I slather this on. So I'm about to look greasy and grimy. Always go up because gravity's pulling you down. So when you put your face stuff on, girl, lift your face up. I put it on into my hair too. I know not everybody can do that, but it does good things for my hair. And then pull your neck up. Pull it up. Pull it up to the sky. I'm just being silly. See how greasy I look? That's how greasy you should be. And then I go ahead and pull it down to my cleavage too. All the way down. Back to the story. So that situation discombobulated me so much that I decided to see a therapist for the purpose of taking a break from men, dating, sex, all of it, and just exploring what happened. Why did that situation cause me so much anxiety? And also, why did I feel so bonded and attracted to him within a week? Because it's just rare that I feel like that intensely bonded and attracted to someone that quickly. Not to say I've never done it before, but this scenario did feel different enough that I was like, let me go to therapy. So I started therapy April 2025, again, by the way, because I've been in therapy plenty of other times in the past, but I hadn't been for a couple of years. Also, while I have my oil on and my fingers and my face is grimy, I do my gua sha routine using just my fingers. Mostly because I always lose my gua sha stones. My therapist really helped me. We talked about it all summer. He helped me to deal with various men that were coming along. And he helped me to practice better boundaries, to kind of practice what I was saying to men and how I was addressing them, how I was rejecting them. Overall, he helped me learn the practice of decentering them out of my life. It's interesting because I thought when I started doing this practice that it would just help me to get a little healthier, I guess. I don't know what I thought was going to happen, but not what happened. What actually happened is that I realized I didn't really want them or need them anymore at all. It was crazy. I mean, I decentered them so far, they went right out the picture. And again, it's not like I wasn't ever seeing any of them or going on dates or having sex or talking on the phone. I was just mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in every way moving them out of the center. Now, I never was like a super pick me guys are the center of my world but I just still had maybe somewhere in the back of my mind that I was eventually probably going to get married one day again. But what happened was in the fall of 2025, I got into a relationship with someone who was really special, nice, kind, handsome, attractive, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Just a very good man on paper. Probably because he was a good man on paper. By the way, I'm tapping right now. I usually do tapping in the morning, but this is just very relaxing and it prepares me for sleep because it is 11:53 p.m. My kids and I do a Friday pizza movie night, and we just got done. Okay, so anyway, child, we ended up not being super compatible. He lived far away, and once we actually had a few trips together, I realized getting along with him was a little nails on the chalkboard. But honestly, the real reason that I ended it was because he was really marriage minded and was very serious and wanted to move us forward towards marriage. Even though we both agreed, like, if we do go in that direction, it won't be for a couple of years. I wanted to give it a very wide berth because I'm like, there is no way I'm rushing into any marriage.
Not a third marriage, y'all.
But just before I met him, I had like kind of this crazy wild singles weekend with a bunch of friends of mine, like a group friend trip up north, and we just had like a raucous, debaucherous, slutted out weekend and had so much fun. It was a great time. But as soon as I came back, I met the man I was in a relationship with, and I was just like, you know what, this is what I need. And again, made sense on paper. Realized while I was with him, I don't think I ever want to get married ever again. Realized when I came back from the debauchery weekend that I didn't really need to have debaucherous weekends. I was like, that was fun. I'm so glad I did it. I don't really need to do that ever again. It was a once in a lifetime weekend of debauchery. And it was like those two things were very crystallized in my mind, very deeply crystallized. Almost like it became an identifying thing. You know how sometimes you have things happen in life and it just crystallizes so firmly in your mind, you know that, okay, now I know this. And it was kind of like, oh, I don't need to be a hoe out here in these streets to have fun. Like, I know how to be a low-key hoe. But I also don't need to be on the opposite end and be Susie Q, Mrs. Housewife, or be married at all. Like, there has to be some sort of middle because I don't need to be doing weekends of debauchery and I really don't need to be a wife anymore ever again. And I think the contrast of those two was so crystal clear that it was just like, yep, I know it. And somewhere in the middle, I realized I don't need men at all. Sex, I can have by myself. I don't need to have a husband. I can live by myself without a husband. And somehow that just moved men out of this little space where I was like, the happy medium for me, they're kind of on the outskirts. And it's been so great for me. I can honestly tell you, I've been probably the most at peace in terms of how I relate to men as a cishet woman who's unfortunately and sadly only attracted to cishet men. It has been the most peaceful time. And like I said, there's still men in my life who I'm friends with, who I have a friends with benefits situation, who I have talked to, dated here and there, men who are trying to pursue me. They're all really good, high quality men. Most of them I'm not really interested in. My friends with benefits, I'm really only interested in the benefits, and we're friends in some ways too. I have come to a level of peace in terms of how I relate with men in a way I never thought possible. It's just great. And yeah, like everything else I say on this channel, I'm sad that it took me until I was damn near 50 years old to get to this place where I realized that all of the love that anybody needs to get is going to me. All of the ways that I have sacrificed for men, I'm sacrificing for me if I'm going to sacrifice. All of the time and attention that I have given to men, I'm giving to. All of the ways that I've been trying to be thoughtful and go out of my way. I'm doing that for me. I decided that me decentering men means I am going to be just as selfish with my time, my money, my heart, my love, my body as men are, basically. Because that's how they be doing. And honestly, I'm not even mad at them for it. It's just that for so long, women have been like, socialized to allow men to be that way and for us to just endure so we can be accepted and loved. And the great thing about turning 50 is realizing that's some bullshit and I'm not living like that anymore. Fuck the socialization. I'ma learn from men and do like they do and prioritize my damn self. And I done prioritize myself so hardcore. They are on the furthest outskirts of prioritization. So sis, if you're watching this and you haven't yet decentered these men right on out of your life, please do so. See y'all in the next episode. Bye.